This is Inside Athletics, brought to you by the IAAF, and I'm your host, Atto Bolden. We're in Season 5 of the show that you have kept going for these 5 years now in these 5 seasons. Our guest this evening did something this year that hadn't been done since 1988. She won the 100 meters and the 200 meters at the same Olympics. Her name is Elaine Thompson. Elaine, welcome to Inside Athletics. Lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you. My pleasure being here.
So tell me about your Rio 2016 exploits. The 100, yes, because I said early in the year, after I saw your 1070 in Kingston, I said, that is the person to beat until I see differently. But I know the 200 has a very special place for you. It's the event that you got the silver medal in at the World Championships last year. You seemed almost shocked when you came across the line in Rio in the 200. Why was that?
I was shocked because I remember at World Championship, I went out, didn't hard as this year, but I went out and controlled my race. Yeah. And then Daphne came up on me. So I tried it a bit this year. And I went out harder this year. And then I was there going and going. I felt her coming, but I wanted to reach the line so bad. I knew I won, but I wanted to see the replay. Then I can celebrate from there. But I was a little bit shocked, yes, because I know she's a strong 200-meter finisher. I'm strong myself, but she's even stronger than myself. So I was a little bit shocked, even though I went into the finals. I had a little bit of doubt because I was in lane 6 and ahead of all the females, and everybody was behind me. So I had a little bit of doubt, but the race was end and I won, and I was really happy to come and did the race that I wanted to do at World Championship, and I came at Olympic, my dream, to accomplish my dream.
Now tell me about 2015. There are people who learned through the press that your coach held you out of the 100 at the World Championships, and they said, but why would any coach not put his athlete into both? He must be doing that to preserve the way for Shelly-Ann. Clear the air on why your coach only let you run the 200 last year at the World Championships.
When he called me and told me I was going to do the 200 meter only, I laughed and I said, really? He said, yes. But I said, Coach, Sunday's my birthday. He said, so you get a birthday present. So I wasn't honestly a 200 meter fan or runner. Right. I know I love the 100 meter. But he said that my first 40 to 30 meters is very poor. I'm not strong in that part. So he will not allow me to do that event, that particular year. I will only do the 200 because he thinks I'm stronger in that field. And I agree with him because he's a coach. He knows what's best, so I just work with him. So I went to the trials and I won. So I know he sees something in me, so I just work with him and do what he says.
You guys have a will and a spirit which makes you champion athletes. When you look back at your background growing up in Manchester, what are the things that you look back now and go, oh, so the things that maybe my parents scolded me for, or maybe I was really stubborn, or things like that, have now made me a champion athlete? Are there things that you can look at and point to?
Looking back at my past, my parents wasn't a sport person because my mother wasn't in the picture as much. She didn't understand much of the sports. My grandmother does. My father's mother. My father didn't understand anything about sports or track and field because normally I would say, Daddy, I'm going to track meet tomorrow. He said nothing to him. So normally my grandmother, who's the one I always say, go and do your thing, don't watch him because he doesn't understand. And then my uncle always encourages me to continue to do tracks because he actually said to me, you're going to be the next Bolt. You can run fast. Wow. So he sees something in me that I didn't see when I was small. They pushes me, but at times, you're a teenager, everybody's a little lazy and whatever. Yeah. And I didn't take that serious until when I reached MVP. So looking back on my past, there wasn't that supportive. So I continued to push myself and do what I know I'm good at. And then people around normally tell me that you can do it, you're a champion. Because I remember at one point somebody looked at me and say, I look like a quarter mile, not a sprinter because I'm so tiny. So I said, really, I do not like 400. I don't like nothing over 100 meter comparing to a 400 meter.
Right.
So I just continue to motivate myself and watch other people who has grown. Vernica, Campbell Brown, Sharon Fraser Price, Merlin Otti. I even watch all the American. I'm a fan of track and field, so I watch everybody run.
Wow.
So that kind of motivates me to be where I'm at right now. My coach, my team management, everybody. So looking back at the past, that motivates me to be the Elaine Thompson that I am right now because nobody in my home knows nothing about track and field.
Wow.
They know that you go out and you run and you win, but they don't know the hard work and the dedication that you have to put in, or the sacrifice that you have to put in. So actually they believe now because where I'm at right now, they believe that when I was running up all and down over the place, they knows what I wanted to do. So they know now.
So now you're the Olympic champion twice over. That is not something that has happened often. 100 and 200 meter champion in the same Olympics, no less. What have you allowed yourself to splurge on a little bit now? So you go back home and you're like, okay, so I'm going to buy this, maybe buying a house now, maybe buying a car. What are the things that, I mean, you have achieved a dream of many, many athletes. What are the things now that you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, it's okay, Elaine, you can now do these things?
Winning an Olympic double gold medal is like a journey. It doesn't stop.
Right.
It's a journey, so I have to continue. And that journey, I have to finish my journey, even though my dream has come true. I don't want to go home and buy fancy stuff and big car and big house because track and field is a sport that you receive and you lose. So you have to gain as much as you can in the sport and just get out. So my philosophy is to continue to work hard and being a better person, not to. My dream day with my fancy house and big car will soon come. I'm just 24, I need to make more money to put aside for my future. So this motivates me to even work harder because I have a family to take care of and I want to make my family in the future. So this motivates me to be a wise person, spend wisely, and continue to work hard and train hard and do well on the track.
So let's look forward to 2017 and the World Championships in London. I imagine that you will have the biggest target on your back of any of the women because you have 2 titles that everybody is gunning for over the next 4 years, even though they can't even begin to take them back until Tokyo. Have you found that now, because of these titles, you're training differently, you have more confidence, you feel like, look, I know how to win?
2015 was my biggest championship at the World Championship where I ran the 200. That was an experience for me. This year was also an experience because my first time running the Olympics, running the 100 meter, running the 200 meter.
Wow.
So
I forget it was your first Olympics.
So it's still an experience. So looking forward for 2017, I would say I would do much better because I have a lot of experience. This year I race a lot because I've been to so much Diamond League. So I know what it is like to go out there and run. So next year, looking forward to next year now, I know to control myself and to go on the track and to deliver. So I wouldn't say the training, I train different. I still train the same, but I will put in more effort. I put in more effort because, everybody wants to train with Elaine. Everybody wants to beat Elaine. So I try to push myself the best that I can because as a champion, training really hard because you have to push yourself. So you train harder than a person who is trying to be a champion. Right. So looking forward for next year, going to be a better season, a good season, because this year motivates me to even looking forward for 2017 season.
Now, I know both yourself and Shelly-Ann are very much girly girls. Y'all are into the hair, and you have your choker on tonight and all of that stuff. You came there with that, right? You didn't get that from her. That was something that you came there as well. How does that show up when we see you run? Because you haven't quite started to do your hair in all the colors like Shelly-Ann yet, but how have you found that, now that you're your own person now, you're an Olympic champion, can we expect to see you being more adventurous with your looks for your competitions?
I have so much looks. If I go on the road now, nobody recognizes this is Elaine because of the ear changes.
Right.
I like to wear my chin bumps because it's a natural thing from growing up.
Right.
And everybody say it looks cute. I like to wear my choker because I like it. That's what I like.
Because you compete in that.
I compete in it, so I was watching a show before a trials, and I saw it, and I zoomed it into my phone, and I sent it to my friend. I said, could you go and get this at a store for me? Because I want to run this in this at trials.
Right.
And my friend walked twice in that week to get this choker for me. So when she got that choker now, I said, I'm going to run in this at trials. So I don't know if it was a inspiration to me, or I would say no, a good luck. But I ran in it and I do so well, and I still wear it even in my sleep. So this is just inspiration to me. And I will still run it at every season to come up. And the hairstyle now is like, you know, when you were younger, I didn't have money to do your hair and whatever. So being a champion, you want to look professional and fashionable on the street, people to recognize them or to see you, who you are in your own skin or whatever. And as I said, I admire Shelly how she approaches on the road and stuff. So I try to adopt certain style from her, not to be just like her, but to adopt style from her. I want to bring myself as simple, the best. So my hair changes a lot because I like to be neat and glammy. So this is just me, a neat person.
Now, I've always said that the Caribbean can never have enough female role models, particularly in sports. Is that an important thing to you? That because now, I mean, people are going to be looking to you, not just from the Caribbean, certainly in Jamaica and worldwide, and trying to be the next Elaine Thompson. How important is the whole role model thing to you?
To be a role model is always important because the same person who was my role model is not going to be that person anymore. So you have to build other role models, just like myself. I'm building myself to be other people's role model. Everybody wants to be like Elaine now. When Vernica was doing her thing, everybody wants to be a Vernica, everybody wants to be a Shelly. And so each year you're going to find somebody from my age group coming up. Everybody is going to want to be like them. So it's important to be a role model because I like to be around children. I like to motivate people because when I was a child, I used to get a lot of motivation from other people. So it's my time to give it back to the younger one coming up to help them to motivate them and to see the future and where they can be down in the line because everybody is not going to be fast from start. You have to work towards something that you want. And for me to be a role model, I can show them the way to how to do that. So it is important to be a role model.
Well, all right, let's talk a little bit about your future plans. So you said you hate the 400. We know that you run the 4x1. Tell me about that 4x1 relay.
Well, a relay comprises of 4 persons, and you have to trust each other. It's like a teamwork. So for me to be on a 4x1 relay on the Jamaica side, my role is to get that baton around as the best I can because I ran the backstretch, and I know I did well on that backstretch.
You did.
But I know we wanted to get that gold because I really wanted to leave with 3 gold medals. But it didn't work, but we still get the silver, and we really appreciate it because Shellen Fraser Price wasn't 100%, and she ran well. So myself and Christiana Williams, which is my teammate, she was a newbie like myself on the Olympic side. So we were inexperienced on relay with Veronica Campbell-Brown and Shellen Fraser Price. So the 4 that comprises together, we were the best, yes, but we didn't do as how we wanted to do on that day. But we're working on that because, as you know, doing a relay, you have to be comfortable with your teammate, passing the baton and all of that. So for 2 of us to be on that squad, which was inexperienced and first-time Olympians, next year will be even better doing that exchanges and whatever, so we can also come against the US and win that gold.
Well, Elaine, you had one of the best seasons by any sprinter in history. Congratulations on a phenomenal 2016. You are young, and that means that I think we're going to see some phenomenal times from you. 10:70 is what you're at now. There's no doubt in my mind you're going to get faster. So all the best with that.
Thank you so much.